We do our 5 hours of therapy. It goes about as I expected to. I won't get into all of that. It goes about as I expected to. And then coming out of therapy, I feel really good because I feel like I can walk away from this relationship. I feel like I can do way better than this. I can find a partner that wants to build something better with me. Like, this is stupid. I don't need to be involved in this bullshit. And then also at this point, Melina agreed to sign that postnuptial agreement in emails, because I'm thinking, like, I'm still talking to the therapist one-on-one because I'm trying to figure out, like, I don't know if Melina is like getting mind fucked by this Tim dude. And I don't know if she's getting mind fucked by this Tim dude and there's still like some version of Melina that loves me, but it's like really confused and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, here's what we can do. Maybe we can do like, because she was like, well, what if we just like go on a break? And I'm like, okay, fine. Maybe we can do a break for 6 months, but you're signing a post-nup because I'm not risking my assets on this guy. Sorry, I don't trust him. And I really don't even trust you right now because you've lied to me about almost this entire thing that you've done with him. And she's like, that's okay. I agree. We'll send the post-nup. We take care of like all that shit. She's here. I think over the next 2 days, we have a couple conversations with mutual friends. I start to feel better about things because now I have like mutual friends that are observing our conversations where I feel like it's pretty obvious that Melina is super unreasonable. This is all personal shit. It doesn't need to be said. We get to her almost leaving. I think it's like the night she was going to leave. We're about to take off. She's like super upset. And then I'm trying to figure out at the end of the day, like, what's going on or why are you upset? Like, I think we know what we're doing at least, right? And she's like, I don't want to tell you. It's embarrassing. I'm like, what do you mean it's embarrassing? What's going on? And I find out that over the last 8 hours, I guess like Tim was cheating on her, with some random girl that he brought to her apartment, said he loved her, blah, blah, blah. And Melina's obviously like super upset about this. And I'm thinking like, okay, well, I thought this would take at least a few more months, but whatever. That pushes sideways. No, that happens that night. The next day, I feel like she's being a lot more warm to the boundaries and suggestions that I made. I think we sleep together that night. No sex, just like cuddly. We're more warm towards each other. It seems like she wants to talk to me and entertain some of my boundaries more. And then I think the next day, she was supposed to... I don't know if she was flying out to New York the next morning or not. I think she already was, or she might not have been. But the next day she comes up to me and she's like, because during therapy, I'd made like a list of like, here's like the boundaries that I need. If we're going to do like open relationship and all this shit going forward, this is what I need to happen, or else we're just done because I'm not wasting my time with anything else. And also like these boundaries are like bare minimum just to even start a relationship. This isn't even to have a good relationship. This is just like bare minimum shit. And if you're not willing to do this, like, I'm walking, this is stupid. She's more open to my boundaries. And then she talks to me and she's like, well, here's like, these are the things that I want from you in a relationship. And when she starts talking to me about these things, they just sound like the dumbest things in the world. Like, I don't understand what's going on. So like, for instance, like one of the things she'll say is like, I need somebody who doesn't judge me for not working as much. And I'm like, I've never judged you for that, except for like the only time I've said this the last 2 months. I got worried because it seems like she was like quitting a lot of her stuff and just spending all of her time, staying up till 5 a.m., like being lazy and having her life be destroyed. Like, it's only been the last 2 months, but like it's a ton of stuff that I've complained about for the last 2 months that she's pretending is happening like the entire relationship. And then she hits one thing where she's like, I need somebody who is willing to give me like a lot of freedom and stuff. And I'm like, what? Tim gets motion sickness so bad he can't even get in Ubers. He can't even get in cars. Like, Melina likes, like sex, drugs, and travel. Tim doesn't do drugs. He doesn't fly in airplanes or get in cars because he gets motion sick. And he's definitely not open or polyamorous. So what the fuck is even happening? Why would you tell me that you need more freedom? Like, I've literally let you have a second husband. Like, what the fuck? I don't understand that. And she's like, well, I don't know. And then I bring up like you can't even hang out with that one girl without him letting you. And then she's like, well, it's fit. I can understand why he doesn't want me hanging out with that person. And I'm like, what do you mean you can understand why? I don't like, what's the possible reason? And then Melina's like, because you were talking to her about Tim. And then 2 huge things go off in my mind. So the first, and I hate it, Melina has lied to me so much over this thing, and she's so bad at lying, okay? Which is a little endearing, because I don't think she lies much, or at least not in these like more convoluted or complicated situations. So the first issue is that like, I talked to this other girl like 2 weeks ago. That doesn't explain why he doesn't let you hang out with her for the past 2 months. So one, you're lying, number one. And number two, how does he know that I was talking to this person. And then, she does like the trickle truth. She's like, well, obviously they're friends, so they're going to talk. And I'm like, no, because that friend was the one saying that we should delete the DMs because they didn't want to make it dramatic. And I was like, well, yeah, but like I'm friends with all them, so I told them to talk. And I'm like, do you mean that you told him everything that I said to that person? And she's like, well, yeah. And then at this point, I'm like, you're doing more damage control for this guy. You're doing more you can to build him up to your friends. And he knows more about our relationship than I know about you. And then I got, at that point, I'm like, I'm unhinged. I fully admit I am ultra unhinged now. I tell her that, she needs to pack all of her shit and get the fuck out. I'm leaving for 2 days. If I come back and she's still here, I'm going to like word both. I say a lot of shit, okay? I'm unhinged. I fully admit I'm super unhinged. I hope she has a recording of it, okay? If she wants to leak it, knock yourself out. I'm super fucking unhinged. And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, yeah, you absolutely need to be the fuck out of this apartment with all of your shit, because whatever you don't have packed, I'm throwing the fuck away, okay? I'm setting it on fire, just let you know. She gets a little moody. I think she eventually goes to bed. I come to my computer. I'm like, don't talk to me the rest of the night. I'm already flying out the next morning to go to LA, and I don't give a fuck. That night, I think I also DM her a quick thing. Because another friend was telling me, remember, all these other friends keep telling me like, well, no, Melina's reasonable. You just need to talk to her better, blah, blah, blah. And then I think that I messaged Melina. I was like checking on something, and I was like, because this other friend was like, oh, well, like, for instance, Melina said that she just wanted to try like a 6-month break for you guys to get your head on straight. And I'm like, okay, all right. Also, pay attention, because I think the details in the next like 2 weeks are kind of important, so you can kind of understand why I was like going back and forth on things so much. So I messaged Melina, and I'm like, hey, so just curious, you said we were going to go on a break. Are you going to restrict yourself like romantic and sexually from this other guy that you said that you also needed a break from? And she was like, I understand why you think that, but no, I don't think I can do that right now. I'm like, okay, I understand. So when you say a 6-month break, what you really want is you want to go try a relationship with him. And then if that doesn't work, then you want to come crawling back to me. That's not happening. We're not doing that shit, okay? You fucked way too much of this up, and he's fucked way too much of this up for that to ever be a consideration. Why ask her that? Just curious, because it's really good to get a lot of things in writing, because one thing that Melina will do is if I don't explicitly ask something, she'll lie about what she would have said later, even though I know what her answer was. So for instance, Melina has said to a lot of mutual friends and to me that if I would have told Melina that she shouldn't go back to Sweden when she left Miami after TwitchCon, that she would have stayed here. That's a fucking lie. But I didn't explicitly ask her that. But she'll say like retroactively, like, oh no, I would have said it, but she'll do that shit. So we have a conversation that's probably like 2 pages, I think. And I admit I am fully unhinged. I've already referenced this conversation. I'm super unhinged. I'm like calling her a selfish fucking cunt. I think I said this guy, I hope you guys kill yourselves, blah, blah, blah. I'm like unhinged. She's answering everything perfectly, like very diplomatically, very kind of like lukewarmly, like, oh, I love you, like denying that she's done things that she's already admitted she's done, all of this. I later realized that it's because she's going to use these logs to send to all of our mutual friends to show that I'm actually the super unhinged one and that she was the one trying everything the whole time, which they might actually believe because I've never shit-talked Melina prior to this whole episode, and she's obviously dumping me the whole time, right? Are you ever going to leak that? What, my unhinged messages at the end? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't really want, like I said, I don't really want like all this shit, but like I think I can read you some to get an idea of like how unhinged I'm being. Let's see. Here's like an example of some of the things I'm saying. Keep lying and keep coping. Misquote every single thing I've ever said. It's fine. I'm sure you've rehearsed this story over and over again with all of your liar fuck friends. You've been crying to farm sympathy. And then in quote, I had no idea I had to tell you that I moved someone into the apartment. I didn't know I needed to tell you if I'm replacing you with another husband. Honestly. Then I say, it is such an unbelievable cope. I can't believe you're this fucking stupid, which is even sadder because it means you're just a selfish, evil, fucking manipulative fuck like so many other people are in my life. And then her response to all of these are like, they're so good. They're perfect. Okay. These are super good manipulative responses. She says, I'm sorry if I hurt you. If I could have changed things, I would have. And I wish you could trust me. I don't regret anything I've ever done with you or any of the time we've had together. Blah. It's like all of her responses are like this. They're so good. They're perfect to like make me look unhinged. After like, she gives like a whole paragraph response of like all of this. And then my response to this, like, nothing is okay. You're disgusting to me. I just want you to leave my fucking apartment without destroying my shit. Please stop with these cringe fucking Hallmark works. Or words. I don't care what your cringe and stupid fuck friends are telling you. Hopefully one day when you grow the fuck up, you'll realize how little words mean if you don't actually fucking do anything with them. Like, these are like my messages. I'm unhinged, okay? Fully admit that. Yeah, fully admit that I'm super unhinged to these messages, okay? So if she ever leaks them to make me look bad, just know, okay? If you're a streamer, okay? That's why I'm unhinged here. Yeah. Somebody said that's not that bad. I'm like, you fucking lying cunt, Lympheo. You've cheated the entire time with this particular person. You know it. Maybe if you grow a spine one day and get a friend who isn't a simp, they'll tell you. She says, well, I paid rent too. I paid rent to stay, and I offered that you could go elsewhere. And I said, you paid 10 months of rent because I knew you were fucking gone after last month. You're gone as fuck. You were a month ago when you pathetically crawled back to this abusive loser. Also, I love your lying. I would have asked, if you would have asked me not to go back, I wouldn't have, but now you couldn't even not go fuck him constantly during our supposed break. I wonder how long you can get away with being just pretty and getting everyone to suck up to you. It's actually fucking insane how delusional you are. Again, I'm unhinged. Yeah, Jesus. What's sad is that you won't get the fuck out of my apartment tonight and you're wasting my fucking air by staying here. Yeah, I'm unhinged. I fully admit it, I am. These are unhinged DMs, okay? And her responses are really good, yeah. But anyway, that happens. I fly out, and then